So I tell Ronnie to bring me up another game from storage this weekend. And this is what he brings me. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know where the heck he got this thing from. It looks like it's been in the ocean. Got a monitor laying over there. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm going to start on the cosmetics first. I'm going to take these legs off here. And I'm going to sand them. Sand them all down. And then I'm going to paint them. I'm going to paint them like a hammered gray so maybe it'll hide a lot of that where it's messed up there. Then I'm going to paint the cabinet black on the bottom. I'm going to sand it down, paint it black. And I'm going to try to sand all that rust off there. I'm going to paint it all brown, like it was originally. And I'm going to cap that monitor, put it back in there. And then we'll go from there. Maybe I'll hand it back off to him at that point. We'll see what happens. Alright, so it's been a while since I messed with this. I don't remember where I left off, but I finished painting it. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recap the monitor. Put it back in there. And then the board, I think it's got some kind of RAM problem. So I think I'm going to put the monitor back in. I got to fix this joystick. It's real loose. I ordered some parts for it. And then Ronnie's probably going to take over and try to figure out that RAM problem on the game board. And we'll see where we can get. Alright, so I got all the caps changed. We actually cap every monitor in all of our games that we sell. I know that sounds crazy, but this thing's 40 years old now. Whether it looks good or not, we cap it. Kind of because we've been burned before. You know, we've had some that we thought, well, you know, that monitor looks good, so we'll have it in here in our store. It'll be working fine, looking good, looks great. Sell it to somebody. A week later, you know, cap exploded or whatever. And that's just because we didn't take the half hour, you know, that it takes me to cap one of these. So then it becomes a whole big problem. We got to go get the game, bring the monitor back in, take it all back apart, and we still got to do a cap kit. But anyway, these caps are 40 years old now. This game came out in 1982, I think. And all those are the original caps, looks like. And the monitor had a pretty good picture on it. But look at this one. How much longer do you think that one's going to work? This one here is not too far behind it. See how it's kind of mushroomed out at the bottom? Anyway. And that's only about $5 worth of caps probably. So, I'm going to put it back in the tube. Put the tube back in the game. And keep going.
Okay, folks, so we have the board on the bench. And this is what we're getting. Basically, it's working. It's going through the attract mode. But he's going to fall, I think. Does it go from screen to screen, or is he just stick there?
I don't think so. You can coin it up, though.
Yeah, so it's kind of working. Not getting any sound.
It's getting sound. It's just turned down.
Oh, okay. So it's basically working. So the program side is good. It's just having trouble displaying video, which is, it could be bad RAM. It could be a stuck address line. All of that. But you would typically, RAM dies before regular logic chips just because it's processing more, I guess. I don't know. RAM's more complex. It's easier for it to die. But you know your clock signal's working, or at least the main one is. You know your video is working because you're getting video. Joey says he heard the sound. We don't need to hear it, but I would trust you. The controls are working, we guess, so none of that really matters. The program's running because it's actually showing the screen, and then it changes and goes to the next screen. It allowed you to coin it up. So the program's working. The CPU's working. The ROMs are pretty much working. It's just you've got all of the... Where it's supposed to display something, it's displaying the wrong picture. Pretty classic RAM issue. So we'll see if we can figure out a way to...
All right, folks, so this is what the actual cabinet ended up looking like. Looks pretty good, Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
Why didn't you chrome plate the legs? They're going to ask you that. You know, you can have that done now for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yep. Then I'd have to charge $4,000 for the game.
Yep, so we're not going to do it, people. People can do it in the future if they want. You can buy it from us. The board doesn't work yet, though. So we got to fix the board. So we're going to do another video here in a couple days where we work through the PCBs. Okay? So we'll see you then. We're going to get the board working. I like the artwork. We got that from Arcade Shop. No,
Mike's Arcade.
Mike's Arcade. I'm sorry, Mike's Arcade. He's a cool dude. The guy at Mike's Arcade, I'm going to go ahead and say this.
You going to tell him?
I'm going to tell him. Dude at Mike's Arcade, let me tell you about this stud. We don't know him, never talked to the guy before in our life. He had a fire at his shop. Burnt the shop down, burnt all kinds of crap up. The guy is so cool in the community. They've raised all kinds of money. They said, oh no, one of the greatest arcade vendors had a fire. Let's raise some money to help him. They raised thousands and thousands of dollars to help this guy.
I think it was about $15,000.
It was like 15, 20 grand. They raised all this money to help the guy. He refunded all the money and said that he didn't need any help. He was able to take care of it. Don't worry about it. Gave everybody their money back. Cool dude. All right, so that's where we got those. Got those at Mike's Arcade. So if you ever are looking for especially Nintendo stuff, he sells a lot of that. So leave your comments down below. Make sure to give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. We'll do it, like I said, another video where we get farther into it and we work on the electronics a little bit later this week. Don't forget to check out my brother Donnie. Our brother has a channel down below. We work on arcade games, pinball machines, and jukeboxes. He works on old buildings, vehicles, things like that. But it's starting to look good in here. If we could ever get it going. I mean, it's kind of weird that we have it over here on the working side when we haven't got it going yet. It might be that we already fixed it, and it was a really long video, and we're cutting it in half because it's 2 hours long. Could be something like that. But we'll see you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening.